Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, and Lakshmi Narayan Prabhuji, hope you are doing. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Sarupa Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, and Manjula Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, and Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, and Meli Malayan, Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam means Sashtanga Namaskar, actually, So thank you very much, because you're all coming. I made myself free for a little time in the morning. For you, it's night. Very grateful to all of you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
So everyone is doing well.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, my alone. Are you doing well?
Yeah.
How is Lakshmi Narayan Garu doing? He's doing well. I can see him also.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Guruji.
Dandavat Pranam, my obeisance. Hope you're doing well.
Sure. I'm fine, Guruji.
So, should we wait for some more time? And I can see Pramodini Mataji also. Namaste, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Hope you're doing well. And I can only know these people. I met.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. I hope you're doing well. And that's it. Yeah, you're all doing well in India. And
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Who is this? Hare Krishna, Namaste. And somebody said Hare Krishna, I can't. Nice.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Prabhuji.
This is
Krishna Venima, Prabhu.
Amal. You were not there last week, right? Are you
Yes,
there?
Prabhuji. I was involved in Guru Maharaj service, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj service, Prabhuji. That's why I couldn't able to come.
He's coming to America, actually. I heard.
Yes, I got the message, Prabhuji. For the last 2 weeks, some devotees are going to Mayapur. So we got the service. That's why I come.
Amazing. Ajnanatammirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshuronmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Shupadantikam Vandeyam Sri Guru Shri Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parajana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitam Shahe Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwara Shravan Sute Dev Pranamami Ripri Panchakalpatarubhya Kripasindhabhya Vichapatidanam Pavanabhya Vishnavya Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gauram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Kiramit Kripatamham Vande Shri Guru Vandanatarana Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Chukam. These verses are called Mangalacharan prayers. They did a scientists did a research. If anybody recites the slokas of Sanskrit, their brain activity will improve. If anybody chants mantra meditation, if they know this, anyone does mantra meditation, especially we chant in Hare Krishna tradition, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So they will not, this is a very good medicine for for mind-related problems. Because mantra helps you control the mind. So last week, I think we'll start, last week, we saw, I just revised again to make sure everyone understood the karma principle, So then what should we do now? If you all remember, I said, we don't want punya, we don't want punyam, or we don't want papam. But what do we want? Akarma. Akarma has no reaction, but it erases the previous reaction. So if you consider this one as your life, I mean, if you consider this as a blackboard of your life, I said this last week, till you're somewhere here. So every day, every action generates a reaction. So you're writing good action, bad action, good action, good action. Likewise, you're writing on the blackboard of your life. But suddenly you're here now. Suddenly you understood, hey, look, whatever good action or bad action is not good for me. What is good is actually akarma. I should perform akarma. So because akarma has no reaction. But somebody says, hey, I want some benefit. But when it has nothing, when it has no reaction, what is it then? I said last week, akarma has no reaction, no doubt, but akarma cleanses your heart. Akarma purifies your heart. Akarma is so powerful, it will burn the previous activities also. It will burn your bad karma also. So that way, it will erase your past, whatever you have done in the past. So from today onwards, you perform your life of akarma. So you're not writing anything on the blackboard of your life. And akarma is so powerful, it will erase the previous reactions. In other words, if you sincerely follow from today onwards, I said last week, for the rest of the life, then your life of the blackboard is free, it's clean, it has no reaction, it has no good account, no bad account. And end of the life, Krishna says, hey, you have nothing to do with this life, so come back to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, Krishna Loka. So, and live with me. That's where we came from, but it has been so long, we forgot. Srila Prabhupada started a magazine called Back Home, Back to Godhead. The magazine name is Back to Godhead. So we should go back to the home where we came from. Whoever you are, end of the day, you want to go back and take rest in your home, right? So Srila Prabhupada said that. So how to perform a karma is the topic today. Because action, reaction, action, reaction. When you're in mode of goodness, you give charity and you're happy. You lead a disciplined life and you're happy. You acquire knowledge and be happy. When you are in mode of passion, you're impelled by sensual enjoyment, sexual enjoyment, and different types of enjoyment. Work hard and make money, career, positions, and you're happy. When you're tamogun, you do wrong things. It's not good for you. It's not good for anybody. It's probably 5 minutes of happiness, but it's 5 lifetimes of suffering. So, but because we are born with 3 modes, not we. Everyone in this world. Animals are basically in tamogun. Humans, majority, 95%, they're in rajogun and tamogun. While 1 or 2% people, they're in sattvagun. Universities are telling, work very hard, make money, you'll be happy. Even universities in rajogun. The famous Jim Carrey, he said this. I told, I pray everyone in this world get what they want. Money, bank account, and a bangla. Then they realize they're not happy. This is not the solution. Happiness is a state of consciousness, ladies and gentlemen. So happiness is a state, Prabhuji and Mataji, happiness is a state of consciousness. So if you come to goodness, you'll be happy. If at all anybody is happy in this world, there are people in the mode of goodness, a sattvagun. But we should not stay in sattvagun because old age will take over and death will take over. So what we should do? Practice akarma, practice BhaktiYoga, and use akarma yoga as a launching pad and take off. Purify yourself and attain Vishuddha Sattva, or pure goodnesses. Vishuddha, it is also called Nirguna, or it is also called Vishuddha Sattva. How many of you are understanding? Any questions so far? Otherwise, we'll go forward. Any question? You're understanding, right?
What is Vishuddha Sattva, Prabhuji?
Sattvagun, thank you. Nice question. Sattvagun is in this world is mixed with Rajogun and Tamogun. Their combination. So, but but when you come to goodness, Sattvagun, actually, Sattvagun, these three modes they fight. Morning, Sattvagun is prominent. After like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock onwards, Rajogun is prominent. I want to work, make money, make money, make money. Rajogun. Then evening, Tamogun is prominent. Let me go to bar, drink and enjoy. Let me take alcohol and enjoy. Let me do wrong things and enjoy. That is Tamogun. So in this world, Sattvagun is not free alone. Sattvagun is combined with Rajogun and Tamogun. But when you practice Bhakti Yoga, the Sattvagun is slowly separated from Rajogun, Tamagun. It is called, that state, it is called Vishuddha Sattva or Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness. In other words, it's called transcendence. Transcendence means a liberated platform. So Vishuddha Sattva stage, you are liberated. You are fully purified, you are liberated. Clear?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Understood, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
So the question is, wherever you are, find out which mode you're in. So actually, honestly speaking, when we come, we travel, we see people, which mode they are in. Somebody in Tamagun, it's like a, what do you call, wet leaf, green leaf. So if you try to start fire, right, wet leaf cannot ignite fire actually. But, like Sattvagun is like a dry leaf. If you just strike the matchbox, it'll catch. It'll take up, people will take up Krishna consciousness because they're ready. Sattvagun people are ready for spiritual life. But people in the mode of Rajogun and Tamagun, they're not ready. So it's not worth investing time. So we always see children, somebody in adolescence, Rajogun, they don't listen. Hare Krishna. Some children, they're Tamagun. They do wrong things. That is not, they're not happy. And they put parents in trouble. They put the society in trouble. So, but a simple example, lust is a Rajogun. But when it is unfulfilled, anger comes. That is Tamagun. In the anger, you do wrong things. That is Mahatamagun, means deep Tamagun. So whole world runs by these three modes. If somebody lives the life of somebody is, what is that? They're selling liquor, they're selling meat, and they're doing prostitution, they're making money, they're getting little happiness here and there. Next life, they'll become animals. Urdhvam gachanti sattvatta madhya tishtanti rajasa jaganyaguna vruttishta adho gachanti tamasa. So somebody, what is that? So if they lead a life of Tamagun, next lifetime they'll become trees, they'll become animals. And a very aggressive Tamagun, they'll become tigers. And somebody leads a life of Rajogun, now I want to make sure, I want to satisfy my relatives. Okay, this year, I have purchased a car. Next year, a few years later, I want to purchase a bungalow. Then I want to buy a BMW. I want to show others I'm happy, even though you're not happy from within. And, always, prestige. Anything you do, you want others to know. When you give donation in the temple, you want the whole world to know, control Rajogun. Then next lifetime, you'll come to the, again, metal world. Human form. Sattvagun, you will go to higher planets. Urdhvam gachanti sattvatta. So when you sattvasta, when you are situated in a Sattvagun, you will go to higher planets. Next lifetime, if you are better situated in Sattvagun, you'll go to high. There are 7 planets, higher. What is that? 7 planets? Bhuloka, this is Bhuloka Artha. Bhurloka, Surloka, Moholoka, Janoloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. If you lead a life of celibacy, complete celibacy, strict brahmacharya, do sadhana, of course, no bhakti in this, then you'll go to Brahmaloka. and you live for millions and billions of years. But if you do bhakti yoga, whether you're married or single, pure bhakti yoga that we teach, then you will even come out of this universe and you'll go back to spiritual world. This is all material. Krishna says in Gita, Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. So even if you go to Brahma Loka, there is old age, disease, and death. These four things no one can avoid in this world: birth, old age, disease, and death. But if you go to higher planet systems, of course, there is better life. Like Swargaloka, if you go, there's a better life, no doubt. But still, there also people die. So Krishna encourages people not to stay in this world. Wherever you are come to goodness, Satagun, practice Bhakti Yoga, and go beyond this universe, go back to spiritual world. Clear? How many of you are clear? Whatever I said.
Clear, Prabhu.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Prabhuji.
So
It's
we
clear,
need.
Prabhuji.
Great. So then, but we forgot this. Like a water drop falls from the sky, it falls in the mud, and it becomes like what is that? A yellowish, yellowish, like a red, not red, yellowish color mud. But if you put that muddy water through the process of purification, fractional distillation, you heat it up, collect the vapor, it's pure water. Likewise, today, our heart has been contaminated because of our presence in the material world for so many bodies, for so many lifetimes. We have so many impure desires. We have done wrong things. And what is that? This much happiness, this much suffering, this much happiness, this much suffering, this much happiness, this much suffering. But so how many? There are 84 lakh species, 84 lakh yoni. So, but Krishna says, Krishna for this reason comes once in a while, once in the day of Brahma, and he speaks Bhagavad Gita to all of us, So Krishna in this age, actually, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna's actually, he's incarnation Kali Yuga. He has given this process of bhakti, Hare Krishna mantra, because he wanted everyone to go back to Godhead. So anyway, we'll see that today. So who am I? Who am I? I am not the body, but a spirit soul, entrapped in the metal body, right? Then where do I come from? I came from Krishna Loka, Golok Vrindavan, part of Vaikuntha. I was enjoying there, very happy. But then what happened? I developed impurity, desires, envy, greed, anger, then I came down. I, the spirit soul who was originally with God, has come from spiritual world, a place where is no birth, no death, no old age and disease, my true home. Then where am I now? I am now in this material world called, Krishna gives 2 attributes to this world. What are the 2 attributes? Dukhalayam, ashashvatam. Mamapyati kaunteya dukhalayam ashashvatam. So what are the 2 attributes of this world? This place, Himalaya, snow is there. Grandhalaya, books are there. Then what is that? Madhiralaya, liquor is there. Like Dukhalaya means what is there? Dukkha is there, misery is there. Then you say, hey, look, I'm very happy. Why are you telling this place is a place of misery? But Krishna says, you're very happy. What is the next one? What is the next one? Ashashvatam. Temporary, your happiness is temporary, misery will come. Hare Krishna. Then somebody says, I'm really miserable. Wait. That's also temporary. Misery is temporary. Happiness will come. Wait. So this is cyclical. Monday to Friday, the Kalyam weekend, little happiness. Again, Monday to Friday, some misery and little happiness. So what this world, everything is temporary. But overall, misery dominates. I chose to be independent of God. Thus, He created this place, which is like a prison house for my rectification. So when your child does something wrong, what you do? You punish, you give a little punishment. So likewise, this place is a prison house. And we are pure spirit soul. 1, 2, 3. I should go back to Brahmaloka. You can go. Soul is that much powerful. But today we are given this body of 26 bones, blood, flesh, and marrow. And we are bound by 3 modes. One day we are happy, another day we are actually, what is that? You have wrong desires. One day we become angry, and going through different bodies. Desires create actions. My actions give me reactions. Different kinds of reactions give different kinds of bodies. So how long this has been going on? Since a time immemorial. We are, very long time, anadi. So we have millions. One time we have a cat, another time we have a dog, we have a beast, bird, reptile. We saw that why bad things happen to good people, right? So millions of lives we have lived. Sorry, small correction here. Millions of good and bad things we have done. Millions of reactions are in store for us. I have a question for all of you. Do we know what's going to happen? No. That's why it's important to practice Bhakti Yoga, karma, so that we'll burn the bad reactions that are in store for us. What should I do now? So karma means, sukarma means punyam. It gives punyam. Vikarma means against shastra. It will give papam, suffering. Akarma means no reaction. Action without any reaction. Right? So, but it will purify the heart. Freedom from all the previous reactions and the process of acting in such a way that there will be no further reactions. That is called a bhakti karma or bhakti yoga. So that will take us to yoga. I'll just give a little introduction. Any questions so far? Your understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Should I go forward?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. So yoga comes from the word yuj. Yuj means to connect. In Telugu, in Sanskrit, yoga means connect. Viyoga means disconnect. So like somebody passes away in India, what do we say? Matru viyog ho gaya. Means his mother died or his father died. Pitru viyog ho gaya. Means what? So till this day they are with us, but today they are separated. Viyoga. Viyoga means separation. Then that opposite is yoga, reconnection, join. The root word is join. So what is yoga? Connect yourself to that supreme consciousness. The divinity, the supreme divine force we call Krishna. Some people call it Allah, some people call it Jehovah, some people call it Yahweh. So it's the same person. So we connect, reconnect. Today we are disconnected. So Bhagavad Gita is a book of 4 yogas. Karma Yoga means 3rd chapter Karma Yoga, 4th chapter Jnana Yoga, 6th chapter Ashtanga Yoga, and rest 12th chapter and rest all the chapters there Bhakti Yoga in Gita. That's why when we distribute Gitas, we say, hey, Bhagavad Gita is a book of 4 yogas. No, but Karma Yoga, what you do, you engage your senses too in the service of Krishna. Jnana Yoga, you engage your mind in the service of Krishna. Dhyana Yoga, you engage your intelligence in the service of Krishna. And Bhakti Yoga, you connect your soul to Krishna. Best example is Hanumanji. We'll see that today, if time permits. But when you think, when we think of yoga, what comes in our mind? Yoga means some exercises, asanas, meditation. You see one, some lady doing yoga, some asanas in the TV. Is that yoga? Or some people do meditation? Sitting in lotus posture? No. Yoga is meant to, I said huge. You means yoga means yoga is not for shaping the body or improve your appetite or improve your sensual strength. No. Yoga means yoga is not meant for, yoga is meant to reconnect yourself with the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Krishna. Yoga is not meant for shaping your body or increase your lifespan by doing pranayam. No. I mean, it'll improve your health, no doubt. You can do that also, no doubt, but we can do 10-15 minutes for body maintenance, right? Like, car, you clean your car, right? You, what is it? You give your car for servicing. So likewise, we can do the servicing for the body. That is, that is, we can do asanas for that. But real yoga means, even yoga not for mystic powers, but yoga. Let me see. We have 4 yogas, right? Which is the best? First grade is karma yoga. When you understand, I am doing activities. So first of all, till this day, majority of you, we are working. Okay, let me be happy. But we don't know the goal of life. Suddenly we came to the goal of life. So okay, I need to purify myself. So you need to work for God. Okay, fine, I'll do that. Then how to do that? So work for Him, karma. Do the job, work for Him. So when you you start working for the Supreme Lord, but you don't know who God is, then you try to acquire knowledge. That's when you come to the Jnana Yoga. When you start acquire knowledge, you'll understand. You need to practice. The control of mind and intelligence. Then so through using Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, you try to control your mind and senses. That's when you'll become a Dhyana Yogi. Okay, one day your mind is fully controlled, senses controlled. You become a Dhyana Yogi. Then what to do? Then soul, you'll realize you're a soul. Okay, soul is part of the super soul. Super soul is Krishna. So work for Him. Then you'll become a Bhakti Yogi. There's a slight transition. So Bill Gates is the one who tells you which version of Microsoft is best. Likewise, Krishna as the authority of yoga, the Bhagavan Gita, he says, of all the yogas, Bhakti Yogi is the best. In fact, Krishna says in Gita, tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi, jnanibhyo pimadadika, karmabhyaschadika yogi, tasmat yogi bhava Arjuna. Arjuna, a yogi is better than a karmi, and a yogi is better than jnani, who has some knowledge. A yogi is better than a tapasvi, who is doing some sadhana. So Krishna says, you become a yogi, Arjuna. Okay. But then Arjuna asks, my Lord, then what yoga is the best? Which yoga is the best? Krishna says, yoginam api sarvesham madgate antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mataha. Of all the yogis, Bhakti Yogi is the best. That the yogi who worships me with faith, keeping me in his heart, and he dedicates all his activities for my pleasure. And he performs a Bhakti Yata Seva, loving a devotional service. He is most intimately connected with me in yoga, and he is the highest of all. Shraddhavan is he's the best yogi. Krishna is telling Bhakti Yogi is the best. Another thing is Gruhasthas, married people, Only Bhakti school allows married people actually, you know. Will all the paths lead to the same goal? Anyone can answer this question? You know, you take a ticket, you buy a ticket to Chicago, and can you go to Australia? Huh? Definitely not, right? So all the paths will not lead to the same goal. Very important. You know, if you take a train to Hyderabad, you'll go to Hyderabad. If you take a train to Chennai, you'll go to Chennai. If you take a train to Mumbai, you'll go to Mumbai. So it depends on which train you board. Not all trains go to the same place. Krishna does not approve. So basically what we have to do, first karma yoga, then jnana yoga, then ashtanga yoga, finally bhakti yoga, like first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. But if you have a lift, what you will do? You'll directly take the lift to the whichever floor you want to go, right? So Lord Chaitanya recommends, Srila Prabhupada recommends taking the direct lift, means a bhakti yoga. Amana, any questions so far? Akarma means yoga, and we discussed different yogas, and we have come to the bhakti yoga. Now I'll explain bhakti yoga. But any questions so far? Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
No question, right? No question, I'll go forward. Yeah. Okay. So, is everyone listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, my question is then, why do we need, God? Why do we need to worship God? You know, there is a word here. Can you see this word? What is that word? Can somebody read?
Dharma.
Dharma. What is dharma? You know, India, people use the word dharma. You know,
Doing everything in a righteous way.
what is that?
Doing everything in a right way.
Doing everything in a righteous way, right way. Okay. What is
According
the?
to the Shastras, which is mentioned.
Okay, great. What is the nature of water? Liquidity. What is the nature of salt? What is, if you know, what is the nature of salt? Salty. If it is not salty, what type of salt it is? You know. So what is the taste of salt? Saltiness, salty. And what is the nature of sugar? Anybody? Sweetness. So what is the nature of a chili? What is the taste of chili? Hot. You know, spicy. If chili is not hot, what type of chili it is? If sugar is not sweet, what type of sugar it is? It's not sugar. And what is the nature of water? Liquidity. Likewise, what is the nature of the soul? Dharma means the original constitutional position, the natural state of dharma. That is called dharma. You know, or it is also called eternal occupation. You know, so what is the dharma of the water? Liquidity. What is the dharma of sugar? Sweetness. What is the dharma of salt? Saltiness. Likewise, what is the dharma of a living entity? Service. My hand is part of the body. What hand has to do? Serve. You know, if somebody gives a gulab jamun, hand cannot eat. Hand cannot eat it. It has to put in the mouth. Mouth has to eat it and send it down. And stomach will receive it and distribute all the and they distribute the energy to all the parts, different parts. So likewise, in a healthy state, hand has to serve the body because hand is part of the body. Likewise, in healthy state, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Mamai vamsu jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna, all the living entities are my part and parcels. If you imagine Krishna is like a big fire, we are a tiny spark in the fire. We are connected to Krishna. So Krishna, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, what is our dharma? Serve Krishna. In a diseased state, like you get paralysis, and then somebody gives a gulab jamun, he cannot even take the gulab jamun. That's a diseased state. Likewise, in a diseased condition, we cannot serve Krishna. But in a healthy condition, we can serve Krishna. You're understanding? Right? So,
Yes, Prabhuji.
thank you. So, now we are learning about the, Bhakti Yoga means, Bhakti Yoga is the means by which we revive our original constitutional position. Our original dharma we revive. Today it is covered. Many people have so many dharmas. I'm a spouse. I should serve my spouse. That's my dharma. I'm parent, I'm father, I'm mother. I should serve my children. I'm a professional. I should serve my clients. I am a doctor. I should serve my patients. I am a politician. I should serve my citizens. The members of my constituency. So so everyone, these are all different dharmas. They're temporary. But what is the eternal? What is the eternal dharma? We have been doing this. We are stuck in cycle of birth and death. We are doing this for a very long time because we forgot to serve where we came from, where we are part of. We are part of Krishna. Because we forgot to serve him, we are actually continuing in the cycle of birth and death. One time, one Mataji, actually, she took me to one hospital in a pathology lab in Hyderabad. And it was full. There were like 2,000-3,000 people there, actually. I mean, I don't know whether 2,000-3,000, but at least a few hundred people for sure. She said, in olden days, people would go to temples and, they would read Ramayana and Mahabharata, they would, Srimad Bhagavatam. Their hearts are relatively pure. But nowadays they're switching on their TVs and, they're trying to enjoy. So because they're not going to temples, they're coming to hospitals, So she made that statement actually, Kavita Mataji, Dr. Kavita. So likewise, today we forgot that service. And what we are doing, we are engaged in some temporary dharmic services. But the day we revive our original constitutional position, we become fully purified, then we'll go back to God. So, Bhakti Yoga. What is Bhakti Karma or Bhakti Yoga? In fact, it's the same activity. Many people, they fear, if I attend all the classes, they'll tell me to give up this, give up that. No, you don't need to give up anything. But you change your mindset, that's it. कुछ छोड़ना नहीं है, कुछ जोड़ना है. क्या जोड़ना है? Krishna to your life. Just add Krishna to your life. Of course, little discipline is needed, no doubt. So, I mean, you're all very successful because you have discipline in your life already. So sometimes, oh, you have to give up that, you should stop job. No, please don't stop anything. You want to make money, please make money. You want to have children? 10 if you can maintain them. But what do you do? Every day you're going to bathroom to clean the body. Come out and clean your heart. You're spending half an hour in the bathroom, come out and spend half an hour outside to clean the heart. That's it. And don't alter your schedule, anything. Listening? But that half an hour, clean your heart. And based on whatever, like once in a week, 1 hour, you come like this and learn how to how to change your consciousness so that you will increase your bhakti account. So continue working as an engineer, continue working as a doctor, continue working as in whatever profession you're in. But why to work? How to work? I mean, what should be our mood? What should be our consciousness when we work? Should we work for Maya? Should we work for Krishna? So working, everyone is doing. For example, there are so many doctors in Hyderabad, so many doctors in America. But what is it? They are not bhakti yogi doctors. So, anybody can become bhakti yogi. So slightly change your attitude. Amrita Bindu Upanishad says this, Mana eva manushyanam karana bandha moksha. Mind is the reason for liberation, mind is the reason for bondage. So how do I alter? I have a question for all of you. In the battlefield, there's a war going on already. So for example, some guy, there is a war and you're called for the war and you're given a gun. And what you did, you shot 100 people. Government gives you Paramveer Chakra. Then you come home, your next door neighbor is beating his wife. Then you take the same gun and shoot him. They'll put you in the jail. Then you say, look, that day I killed 100 people, but you gave me Paramveer Chakra. But today I just punished one guy and he put me in the jail. Why? And what does the government say? That day we gave you permission to do it. Today we did not give you permission. You took the law in your hands. So Prabhujis and Matajis, we need to know where to use the gun so that we'll get the benefit, where not to use so that we are safe. That is the trick of Bhakti Yoga. How many of you are understanding before we go forward?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So there they gave the medal, but here they're putting him in the jail. Then you say, there you killed enemies, but here you have, then you say, here also that guy is doing wrong thing. It actually is an anti-social element. Government says, I agree, we agree, but you don't have a right. You should have called the police to inform the incident, but you don't have a right. But there, we gave you right. So that's why using the gun in the borders fetched you a medal, but the wrong uses of the same gun push you behind the bars. So we need to know what to do when. So that is, there lies the beauty of a Bhakti Yoga. So their medal is given, you got the medal, but here you got punishment. So you should be careful. So there is another example, what is that? One big owner, he constructed a big home next to the side of the road. And people, there's all the politicians are coming and, vote for me, or, they're writing different things. He is becoming so upset. He would call police and, to take the action, police would take action. And eventually everyone became so scared, stopped writing on the board, on the wall. One day, two boys, one boy said, hey, look, this person is politically very influential. If anybody writes on his wall, he creates trouble to that person by calling police. But I'll write on the wall. The second boyfriend said, you cannot write. You will be in the, he'll put you in the jail using his influence. No, I'll write on the wall. Okay, bet. How much? 10,000 rupees. Nothing will happen to me, I'll write. In fact, I'll go and tell him also, I have written. Second friend said, wow. If he doesn't call, you can't call police, and he doesn't do anything to you, I'll give you 10,000 rupees. He said, all right. Immediately went and he wrote something on the wall. And the second friend went and said, sir, he's writing on the wall. He went and told. Immediately the man became very upset. He came out. But as soon as he saw the second boy writing on the wall, he was so happy with him. And he gave him a small gift. Second friend was shocked. I thought, this guy will call the police and put him in jail. But instead he's giving a gift. What is he writing? Then the first boy wrote, stick no bills. So he was helping him. So that's why sometimes many people don't know this. What they do, these yogis, they go to forest and I know every action has reaction. No, I don't do any action at all. So let me give up my family and let me go to forest and meditate. That's okay. But the real thing is, you stay in the society, you practice, principles of Bhakti Yoga in such a way, the Supreme Lord becomes so pleased with you. You do action, but you do that type of action, it'll help you and it'll help you the society also. And Krishna is so happy with you that you're doing this karma. Don't avoid karma. That's what Bhagavad Gita was all about. Bhagavad Gita is all about. Arjuna wanted to run away from battlefield. But Krishna said, hey, where will you go? Srayo bhaktam bhikshmati. Okay, Krishna, my Lord, I'll go and beg. Krishna said, what are you talking? Krishna convinced Arjuna to become to take up his duties. Sometimes people say, don't read Bhagavad Gita. Why do you don't read Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna is trying to avoid the work. Arjuna is trying to avoid his duty. The whole Bhagavad Gita is all about Arjuna, Krishna convincing Arjuna to do his duty. Everyone is listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You're understanding, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You'll appreciate, right? You will tell your children to read Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because Arjuna wants to run away. Because he doesn't want any karma. Killing, this battle means what? Killing. But Krishna is telling, Krishna is speaking all Bhagavad Gita to stay, convince Arjuna to fight in the battle. To continue as a Kshatriya, that was his duty. So know, find out what you are and know your duty and continue. If you're already doing some duty, continue. Don't give it up. Sometimes people, hey, don't go to Bhagavad Gita classes, no. Hare Krishna. So, by writing stick no bills, he pleased the owner. The answer, the moral is, avoiding karma is bad, more than avoiding karma, do karma or akarma in such a way, it is pleasing to Krishna. So, akarma or Bhakti Yoga, that yoga which re-establishes our love for Krishna is called Bhakti Yoga. So today we forgot the wonder affection. Dhumina vriyate vahnihi yata darsho malena cha tatul bhena vrto garbhastatha. Today our heart is impure. Like a smoke is covered by, the fire is covered by smoke, baby is covered by the the womb of the mother, mirror is covered by dirt, our pure consciousness is covered by the impure bad habits, impure reactions. Our heart is contaminated. Cleanse the heart. Lord Chaitanya tells, chant the holy name. Cheto darpana marjana. Your heart is pure, sir. Pure, ma'am. So cleanse it. How to cleanse it? By chanting the holy name. You're cleansing your body with a soap. But come out and cleanse your heart with the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You're earning a bank account. I mean, sorry, you're accumulating in the bank account, which is eternal. It'll come with you. So, how to cleanse the heart and awaken that love for Krishna? This is Michelangelo. Michelangelo was a great sculptor in Europe. So when people would come and give him a rock, and he would ask, what do you want? I said, a cat. And Michelangelo would make a cat out of it. Another person would say, sir, I want this rock, take this rock, and I want a dog out of it. And Michelangelo would bring a dog out of it. Another person, what do you want? Elephant. And he would make a perfect elephant. One day, one person went to him and said, sir, I have a question for you. How do you make such wonderful sculptures? You know, elephant, a dog, and a cat, just from a rock. Michelangelo says, when my customer tells me what he wants, he or she wants, I just, okay, they want elephant in the rock. So the rock, elephant is there in the rock. I keep only elephant and remove the rest. Unwanted, I'll chip away the rest. I chip away unwanted chips of rock and leave on the elephant. In other words, today our heart is filled with impurities. Chip away the impurities. What remains is pure soul. You're listening? Remove what is unnecessary. Then the pure soul remains. You're listening?
Ji Prabhuji.
So, Prabhupada came to America and told Americans, Krishna consciousness, Krishna prema, I'm not telling you something new. It is there inside. Nitya Siddha Krishna prema, sadhya kabanoy sravanadi suddha chitti kuriye uday. It is there in your heart. Remove the unwanted things. So before the fire comes out, smoke comes. Means what? Fire is inside. Fan it. Then the fire will come out. When the unwanted things are burnt, then fire will come out. So it has to be awakened. It is there inside. Prabhupada told Americans, I'm not giving you something new. It is there in your heart. But I'm only fanning the spark. Give a little time. You know, why do we not have spontaneous love for Krishna? Like if it is a pure magnet, you know, all these safety pins, they're attracted. But if there is a corrosion, you know, if the iron nail is rusty, it cannot be attracted. So today, likewise, our heart is rusty, rusted. You know. So what are the things? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Lust, anger, pride, greed, envy, and illusion. They are there in our heart. So we identify so much with our temporary, we think we are this body, we think we are this mind, you know, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I have this job, I am this, they're all the temporary designations. 30 years ago, it was not there, 50 years later, it won't be there. Things like Corona don't happen, you know. If Corona happens, then again, maybe tomorrow only. But what is the real designation? Sarvopad vinirmuktam tapparatena nirmalam rishikena rishike sevanam bhaktiruttama. Upadi, sarvopadi, all the upadis, designations. Give up all the upadis and worship Rishikesha, Krishna. Engage your senses in the service of the owner of senses. Rishikesh means Krishna is the owner of our senses. Everyone's senses. So engage your senses in his service. That is bhakti. Then how do I have bhakti? Sometimes, you know, as I told you, don't need to give up anything. Just add. So if you're single or family, you can do it singly. You can practice with the family also. You know, what is time now? 1:25. And can I practice BhaktiYoga in my life single? Yeah, you can practice. Can I practice BhaktiYoga with my family? You know, wife and kids, husband, kids? Yes, you can do that. Actually, in fact, for this reason, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, was married, got 4 wives. He did not speak Bhagavad Gita to Bhishma, who was single. He did not speak Bhagavad Gita to Dronacharya, he was old teacher. If only Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to them, Indians would have concluded, this is for old people. No, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna because, I'll tell you. And second, another thing, we don't have time. This is the common thing we hear. We don't have time. And first thing, if Arjuna, this is a battle. Everybody blew the conch. Means 1, 2, 3, go. Everybody means this Olympics. After go, what you will do? You will run. If it is a 400 meters race, you will not stop and ask the question. Arey, whistle was blown. Match has to be decided. So likewise, the conches were blown. First chapter Gita, suddenly the main person in the Olympics got the doubt, Arjun. Why am I here? Why should there be battle? So he started asking the referee, Krishna, why am I here? Krishna said, everybody wait. There's a problem here. One of the contestants in the running race, he is asking doubts. So let us put the match on hold for a few minutes. So this was a life and death question for Arjuna. That's why he took time out. If, sometimes people think, Bhagavad Gita is not relevant because it happened 5,000 years ago. Fully relevant. If Arjuna doesn't fight battle, he cannot see Draupadi at home, because Draupadi, Duryodhana tried to disrobe her, and they were cheated like anything. But if he fights, they're all cousins. This grandfather, teacher, he cannot kill them. Damned if he fights, it's a problem. If he doesn't fight, it's a problem. You may not have life as a battle, actually. Exact problem of Arjun, what he was facing, we are not facing, but you have your own problems. If you do it, it's a problem. If you don't, it is a problem. So you need to take time to read Gita so that you will decide what to do. Krishna was there to do counseling for Arjuna. Who is there to do counseling for us? Bhagavad Gita is there. If you are humble like Arjun, Bhagavad Gita will guide you nicely. And another thing, many people think spirituality is a retirement program. That's the biggest problem. I know people, Father, I'm going to Hare Krishna, learning Bhagavad Gita. The father says, why? Itna jaldi kyun? Buddha ho gaya kya? Take this 50 rupees and go to movie. I've seen so many parents from India, they would tell when their relatives in America, they're learning Bhagavad Gita, no. Especially parents, no. If you learn Gita and practice akarma, your consciousness will blossom like a lotus and you will make a great, wonderful, good decisions. People don't know this. Spirituality is not a retirement program. Spirituality is it's education. Students, as early as Prahlad says, 6 years, so we should start learning BhaktiYoga from age 6, Prahlad says in Bhagavatam. So should I tell a story? Or like we are coming to an end, but should I continue?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You're not boring, right? You're not bored.
No,
Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji.
So then I'll tell a small story and finish it. Why we should take up, spiritual, why we take up Bhakti Yoga process, Bhakti process as early as possible, but not in the old age. So this is a small story, funny story, you love it. Then we'll go for question answers. When, Indians, you all know Indians, whether you're Kanyakumari, Kashmir, Bombay, or Calcutta, same mentality. I've seen that. Indians' mentality doesn't change. 70% they don't spend, and 70% savings only. 30% only they spend. And first, Like when a person comes to any Western country, any Indian, he'll start a tiny business. If he's Gujarati or anybody, by the end of his life, entire street is owned by him. Because they don't spend money, they don't waste money, and they're pious. May not be spiritual, but they're pious. They worship God, they have discipline. So likewise, there is a gentleman. There was a gentleman, he started his business, worked very hard, with family, he brought up his family, he made his children big. By the time he became 70, he became a big businessman. But because of, excuse me, because of working in the business for so many decades, he was attached to doing business. But he was 70, late 70s, close to 80s now. The children thought, children became big now. Father is coming to the business day and night. He's not realizing his time is up. You should become Krishna conscious. And what they did, they called one a saint and told the saint, Sir, my father is business conscious right now. Make him Krishna conscious. He's a business chetana, vyapara chetana. So make him Krishna chetana, Krishna Chaitanya, So make him a business Krishna conscious, not business conscious. He's right now business conscious. Okay, great. Then the saint said, all right, I'll try to introduce him to spirituality. And he took him to Tirupati, Balaji. Those days there was big queue. We were standing in the queue, sunshine with hot sun. Then because his brain was saturated with the business, doing business, said, wow, I wish I could sell Bisleri bottles, water bottles here. So many people are standing standing in the line. So if only I start some water business, water bottle business, I'll make a lot of money. Because he was so much used to in looking for business opportunities, even though he went to Tirupati, he was not so interested seeing Balaji. Everyone is understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then this saint saw the boss. Swami, sir, we came to Tirupati, we need to take darshan. He said, then he took him to North India. He took him to Ganga. He took him to Mayapur actually. So let us take bath in Ganga. Then he saw so many people taking bath in Ganga. Wow, so many people. If only, and there some people are offering incense to Ganga. If only I start selling incense, kumkum, turmeric, I'll make a lot of money. So many people, nobody's selling. They're bringing their, all this turmeric from home. I said, sir, this is Ganga, I should take bath. Yeah. Or if I start selling, idli, puri, vagera, people, there is no hotel here. I'll make a lot of money. Finally, the sadhu was frustrated and said, I don't know whether you will become Krishna conscious or not. If I stay with you, I'll become business conscious. I'll give up my saffron and I'll become a businessman. He was upset and he brought the father back to his home and told the children, no, I cannot make him, I cannot transform his heart, I cannot make him spiritual, I cannot make him a BhaktiYogi. So I'll go. The children said, sir, please don't do that. He was old. And that's why, we are worried. What will happen to him in future life? Please try again. The sadhu said, all right, I'll try. And what he did, he took straight away to cremation ground. When he took him to cremation ground, so last time I'll try, he said, so they put they brought the dead body, they put it on the firewood, they put on a funeral pile, they put the body on this dead body on that firewood. The son crying, he lit, he started the fire. Then the fire, the flames started rising and consuming the body. When he saw, then the old man saw that, he started crying. When he was crying, then the sadhu understood, wow, he's changing. He's really changing. And he put his hand around his shoulders and said, that's why you should become Krishna conscious. It will happen to every one of us. Our body will be consumed to flames, and nobody will come with us, nothing will come with us. We come alone, we go alone. So you start chanting Krishna's name. Become a bhakti yogi. Old man said, I am not crying for that. And then sadhu said, why are you crying then? I really never knew that there is so much demand for firewood. Everyone wants firewood. Everyone needs firewood one day. If only I knew this 30, 40 years ago, I would have started a firewood business instead of cloth business. What a mistake I did. Then sadhu saw this. He fell at his feet and said, I can never make you Krishna conscious. And he brought the father back and dropped him. How many of you understood?
Yes, Prabhuji,
Prabhu.
understood.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So throughout your life, whatever you long for, whatever you work, whatever you work on, your consciousness is saturated with those memories only. So this person was, he was reaching at the end, still he doesn't realize. Hare Krishna. That's why we should become Krishna conscious today. We should become a bhakti yogi today. But then you do everything for the pleasure of Krishna, whether it is a job, taking care of family, then you will be Krishna conscious. Otherwise, you will be business conscious. And the next lifetime, it'll, yad bhavam tad bhavati. It'll make us, roam around the species, cat, dog, beast, bird, reptile. So we should become Krishna conscious today. So my question, will stop it here and we'll continue this. And what should we do now? We'll discuss next week. Any question or comment? Anyone has any questions? Everyone is there? You have any question or comment? No comment, right? Then should we end it?
Namaste, Prabhuji. Hello.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah. This is they say, na, this is because of the Sangha. Throughout the life, that businessman was in business. Because of the Sangha dosha, he was unable to grasp the reality, and he was unable to grasp the real thing that saint was conveying. Then we do have many people, they have the Sangha dosha, like everybody is held up in their activities, deep to their hearts. Like how to know that we are, and nobody knows for what they are connected. So how to know it that they are connected to something deeply, and how to correct it?
First, we'll talk about ourselves. First of all, I told about 3 modes, right? Some people do activities in Rajagun, some people do activities in Tamagun, some people do activities in Sattvagun. Very important thing is why they are doing. Not what they are doing. Why are you doing it? What is the end goal? Because of the media, whole world, if you have this, you'll be happy. If you have this, you'll be happy. If you have this, you'll be happy. So we are in the delusion. We are trying to acquire things. After 4 years, you get it. And then after some time, you lose interest in that. Then you want something else. So
Yes.
that's why first everyone has to question, why am I doing it? So, but what makes difference is knowledge. you know.
Mm.
So why am I doing it? Is it whatever I'm doing right now, will it help me at the end of my life? You know,
Mm.
Steve Jobs, a famous statement. He would ask every day, standing in front of the mirror, will this help me next life? If it does not help me, he would not do it, he said. Anyway, coming back to the answer, you made a point, Sangha dosha, you know, because we are surrounded with people like that, you know. We are influenced by that. Why Yamuna is polluted, Ganga is polluted, because everyone's heart is polluted. So what we have to do, utilize your life to cleanse the heart. Utilize your life to realize that absolute truth. Utilize your life, use your life to, follow your life based on Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, and take the association of good people, sadhus. They will tell you what the goal of life is. When your goal of life is clear, then you will do everything to attain that. You know, you will do everything to attain that. And something is not supporting that, you will not do it. Something is supporting that, you will do it. Like, you know, in America, in our India, we have clubs, business clubs, tennis club. So people with common interests of growing their business, they go to business clubs. Diabetes club, people have diabetes problem, how to address diabetes so that they can make their life a little better. They become, you know, a diabetes club is there actually in America. So likewise here, what is our goal? We want to purify our heart and awaken that love of God that is within. So once in a week, come like this and discuss. 24/7 is 168 hours. Only 1 hour, which is less than 1%. Learn the higher aspects of life. 2, you know, spiritual life. 2, 24 hours, take 15-20 minutes and do sadhana. Sadhana, we teach mantra meditation, you know, because BhaktiYoga does mantra meditation. So rest of the 23.5 hours or 23 hours, 45 minutes, you can do your other duties. So I was telling this in Dr. Lakshminarayan Swarabhamadi's home and Lakshminarayan Swarabham. So this triangle, life is a triangle. Career means material life, relationships, social life. Third line is spiritual life. Today people are working 10 hours and they hang on left and right. But people are not happy. Why? Third line is missing, spiritual life. So what I tell, okay, work out 8 hours for the pleasure of Krishna. Hang on with your family members, understanding they are the gift of Krishna. Deal with them nicely, with respect. But third line, these two will happen. Whatever I said now, if you have this third line, spiritual life, you're a spirit soul, you're not the body. Once the soul leaves the body, whoever you are, same day you're cremated, the body is cremated. So we love the soul, not the body. So look for that absolute truth. Cats and dogs cannot understand this. When we are in human body, then only we can understand this. So it's a prerogative. Actually, this is what India is all about. You know, only in India, people are still, even though there is so much of degradation, end of the day, India is India. Because Indian, there, as Mark Twain says, the only millionaire in the area of spirituality is India. There is no second millionaire. But today, unfortunately, past 20, 30 years, India is changing. So we should utilize our life to pursue truth and look for absolute truth. But you need association. Come like this and hear and learn and practice and learn every day 15-20 minutes of mantra meditation. Then your life will become better. Your judgment will become better. Your sadhana will increase. Your, your maturity will increase. You'll make better decisions. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Dandavat pranam.
Who is this?
Lakshmi Narayana.
Vijay Lakshman Roj, namaste.
Namaste.
Any other question or comment? Okay, let me see some chat. There is. Oh, what is this? Please increase the volume, Sacha. If we stay with Bhakti Yoga, what are the sorry, who is this? Somebody text this message. If we stay with Bhakti Yoga, what should we follow? Is that what somebody typed? Something like that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What is the question, Prabhuji? If we stay with what should we follow, right?
Yes,
If we
Prabhuji.
stay with Bhakti Yoga, what are the steps we follow?
Okay, what are the steps we follow? Okay. That is the session actually coming up. Okay, let me see. This is easier. Okay, now let me read. If we stay with Bhakti Yoga, what are the steps we follow? So we'll discuss. Veli Malyanji will definitely discuss on that. This the session is all about it. So you want to wait for next week, or you want me to tell that? Because we'll discuss elaborately. But I can tell 4 things. Actually, if you ask me, we should wait. Slowly, let us go. Right? That is the session is all about. Actually, is it okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
The next question: growth is life, and growth comes from dreams. If we strictly follow Gita's concept that nothing can be taken with me, I shall stop dreaming and growth will get hampered. Very nice question. Thank you. Who is this? Let me see who this is. Same person. Kalyan. Who is this? Who asked this question, sir? So this is the answer. Actually, that's what a karma is all about. So no need to, growth comes from dreams. So you can dream. There is nothing wrong. And that's why we are telling, don't go to forest and give up everything. Stay in the society. If you're a CEO, you need a car to go to office, buy the car. And you need if you are you need a what is it, a comfortable home to live, have it. Yes, we need to have dreams first, then you can utilize it, but initially you are getting dreams to make yourself happy and happier. But Bhakti Yoga means you will do the same thing for the pleasure of Krishna, and you will little bit alter. In fact, when you work for yourself, you will not have that much drive. But when you work for the pleasure of Krishna, you'll have a bigger drive. I've seen that a lot. What is it? Duryodhan and Maharaj Yudhishthira. The Maharaj Yudhishthira was an emperor, and things did not go well, so he was condemned to. He was sent to forest. So he was sent to forest. They were Kshatriyas. They were getting their prasad. They were getting their food. But what was Maharaj Yudhishthir's sadness? There were so many sages. They came with him. So he was worried he cannot feed them. He has problem feeding them. What should I do? Then he prayed. Sun god gave him Akshay Patra. So Maharaj Yudhishthir, living in the forest, he had Pancha Bhaksha Parana. He had a wonderful meal, a 15-course meal every day. He was eating it. He was feeding all the sages. He was happy. But when Duryodhan came to know that Maharaj Yudhishthir is feeding all the guests and he was happy, Duryodhan living in the palace, he was miserable. You're listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I don't know who asked this question. So the point is, Maharaj Yudhishthir, he looked for the welfare of everyone. That's why, irrespective of what position he was in, those, nature pushed him in so many directions. He was supposed to become an emperor. Of course, eventually he became an emperor, no doubt. But he was not miserable. But he also had dreams. But he followed dharma strictly. So one day, his destiny gave him forest to live. Another day, his destiny, after some time, forced him to become an emperor for the world. So when he became an emperor, he wore jewelry, he wore silks, and as a servant of God, servant of Krishna, he ruled the whole world. But the day he was in the forest, because destiny forced him, he understood Krishna wanted me to be here. And so with no lamentation, he lived in the forest for 12 years. My point to you is, I think your name is Kalyan, something like that. Kalyanji, do your duty for the pleasure of Krishna wherever you are. I don't know if somebody is there or not, Kalyani, or I don't know, Mataji or Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you stick to doing your duty for the pleasure of Krishna. Follow dharma. For that you need guidance that we offer. But when he won the war, Maharaj Yudhishthira did not say, I will not become an emperor. No, he became an emperor. So as an emperor, he has to sit on a golden throne. Do you know this Mahabharata rights? India was so rich those days. They would eat in the golden plate one day, then they throw it. Oh, wow, what a richness. Because they were so rich, so they would eat in golden plates only. And Maidana constructed Maisabha. They used everything in Krishna's service. They were humble. So whatever your position demands, but of course, Vedic universities have a motto, likewise Vedic culture has a motto, simple living and high thinking. What is high thinking? Your life is temporary. Utilize it to purify yourself. Utilize it to acquire, to increase your bhakti account. Utilize it for your welfare and for the welfare of others. Why Ganga is impure today? I went to Vrindavan before coming to America. I saw Yamuna. Yamuna was actually just a drainage. Why? Greed. Everyone's heart is impure. If 140 crore people, 130 crore people's hearts are impure, it will reflect outside. No, you can continue with your position, but cleanse your heart. Come out of, reduce your, understand that greed and the impurities are not good. Work on them. Happiness and service. Serve your family. If you control your family members, anxiety. If you serve them with gratitude, happiness. If you're a doctor, you serve your patients, you'll be happy. You can make money. No, there's nothing wrong, because you need to maintain your family. But if you make money for the pleasure of Krishna, that's why I said, for next week we'll see that, Will Million Prabhuji said we'll see that if you make money by the concept of having Krishna in your home and offer food, your 9-to-5 job becomes Bhakti Yoga. How to do that, we'll see elaborately. But utilize your life, human life, to get rid of this impurities, greed, anger, envy. And serve yourself, serve your family, and serve others. You don't know what nature is going to impose on you, like it imposed on Maharaj Yudhishthira. One day happiness comes, another day distress comes. That is the nature of this world. No one can avoid. But if you are firm to pursue truth, I'll give a small example, I'll finish it. I have a god brother, owner of Motivational Industries. Motivational Industries owner, they're big in India. Because 30-40 years ago, their last starters in Motivationals. So he had 80,000 employees. CEO, literally founders. His father was founder and he became a CEO, of course, as son of his father. But then what happened? Okay, he was serving his 80,000 employees. But 1998, the government policy on the cloth mills changed. Overnight, his stock market share fell down. He was a Hare Krishna devotee. One stockbroker who was also devotee, he said that Motivational Industries owner, CEO, is dancing in the temple, but you don't know what is happening in the stock market. If you know what's happening, for what is happening there, you should commit suicide. Because today everything is lost for him. But this gentleman was dancing. Why? Krishna is the one who is putting me here in this position. Krishna put me as a CEO for 20 years. But he utilized it to serve his employees and grow his company. But today, everything is topsy-turvy. He was going through serious problems. And now, business means big fish will eat the small fish. People are doing that. But my Lord, this is your desire, I'll go through this. But Monday comes like a warrior fighting for the truth. He has to, if 80,000 employees' lives are dependent on him, he would fight. He would work hard. You know what happened? Believe me, government doesn't change policy for one company, right? So because of his sincerity, other business owners came and helped him. He's still Motivational Industries owner, still continues business, but he learned a lot of lessons. In the evening, he doesn't go for parties, liquor parties. He goes to serve people. You're listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Great devotee, very wonderful devotee. In the morning, he chants 2 hours of mantra meditation, and evening, he counsels people. He helps them based on the principles of Bhagavad Gita. He's still the CEO, not CFO, I'm sorry. That's what I want you to become. Become a CEO. Become whatever you are in. If you are in Krishna service. Okay? So we'll end it here. Thank you very much. Very grateful, and next week we'll see. If I've spoken anything wrong, do excuse me as your servant. But very grateful for your patience.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So,